What is psychosis?
Hi, I'm Amalia.
And I'm Matthew.
We're going to talk about psychosis in this video.
We'll also talk about schizophrenia. So, what is psychosis? People with psychosis can lose touch with what is really happening around them. They might see things or hear voices and sounds that other people around them don't see or hear.
They can also believe that things are happening to them that other people around them don't think are happening or are not experiencing at all.
And they can also have extreme or bizarre behaviour that makes no sense, like believing that people are trying to harm them or believing that they're a famous person or just somebody other than themselves. Psychosis can happen with lots of different mental illnesses and usually lasts a short time. This is called a psychotic episode. If someone has a lot of psychotic episodes over a long time, they might be diagnosed with schizophrenia.
If your parent experiences psychosis, or you live with someone who does, it can be a bit scary and confusing to work out whether what they're saying is true or not. They might have even convinced you that the things they are seeing, hearing, or believing are real. Like, they might suddenly say, "We have to run," because someone is chasing you. So it can be really hard to work out what's actually going on.
The thing to remember is that they're not making it up to be mean or to trick you, and they're not doing it on purpose. They really believe that these things are happening, and that can be a bit scary for them and their families.
So where does psychosis come from? Psychosis is a mental illness. For some people, psychosis can happen after massive trauma or stress in their lives. So what's trauma? That's an experience that is deeply upsetting or difficult to cope with, like being in a fire, or war, or a flood.
But it can also be an accident or violence or being treated badly over a long time. And for some people, trauma can be so upsetting that they can't get it out of their head.
It's important to remember that having a parent with psychosis or schizophrenia does not mean that you'll get it too.
If you want to know more about where a mental illness like this comes from, check out the video on this website, What is Mental Illness?
Now, maybe you're thinking, I have daydreams, I have conversations in my head. Does that mean I have psychosis?
No, not at all. Having daydreams or conversations in your head are all part of how the brain works, and it can be a way of trying to understand stuff. The big difference is, when you do daydream or have those conversations, you know they're not real.
And you know that other people can't see them or hear them.
They're just in your head. So like we said, psychosis is a part of some mental illnesses, often schizophrenia. And being an illness, it means that when someone sees or hears these things, which are called hallucinations, they seem very real to them and they have no control over them.
And when they believe in stuff that isn't actually happening, which is called delusions, they're not doing it on purpose. So being an illness, they're not likely to snap out of it or feel better the next day or even the day after that.
So if you're watching this because you're wondering if your parent or someone around you experiences psychosis or has schizophrenia, it might be helpful to know what it can look like.
Hallucinations. The person with psychosis might see, feel, hear, or smell things that are not there. They might hear voices that tell them to do or say negative things. They may believe that ordinary objects are talking to them or giving instructions. Delusions. They may believe that people on TV are talking to them directly. They may believe that something is happening that isn't real, or they might believe that they are someone else.
They might also appear distressed, have trouble concentrating or listening to other people in conversations because they have so much going on in their own head.
This can go on over a long time, weeks or months, and for some people, years. And not everyone experiences psychosis or schizophrenia in the same way. Remember, you didn't cause this, it's not your fault. And it's not your job to make your parent better either. But the good news is that there are things they can choose to do to get help.
Sometimes talking about it helps, or getting support from other adults. Sometimes seeing a doctor, taking medicine, or seeing a psychologist can help people with psychosis. Remember, lots of people with a mental illness do get better and enjoy their family, their friends, and other fun stuff around them. Check out the video on this website, Getting Better, for more information.
This doesn't have to last forever.
Having a parent with psychosis or schizophrenia, or living with someone who does, means it's really important that you look after yourself.
Do things you enjoy, find someone to talk to, have some space.
And check out the video on this website, Looking After You. Try to find someone to talk over some of your worries with. It could be a parent or a family friend or a trusted adult. or the Kids Helpline, and the number for that one's on the screen. And it doesn't have to be a crisis to call them. They've trained people you can talk to, and it's all private.
There's lots of other information you might find helpful on the COPMI website at www.copmi.net.au/youth.
And check out some of the other videos on this website.
Take good care of yourself.